Once again, CarlJr qualified into the grand final of the ZrT Trackmania Cup. But unlike the other times these last years, this was not a win, but a second place. Carl, welcome back. Now I think it's like the third time, fourth time. I lost count about how many times you've been on, but welcome back, man. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm feeling really good right now. So let's do this, man.
So if people are expecting to hear like disappointed Carl Jr. that didn't win it, what can you say to those people? Are you disappointed now? We are recording this on a Tuesday night, but are you disappointed about what happened on Sunday?
No, I was happy right after the final actually. So a second place for me, it was a really good thing. I think my goal was to reach the top 8 and I got second in the end, so I was really happy and I think I played well in the tournament. So yeah, I cannot be sad about what happened.
Hmm. So it's more coming down to how you feel that you played, because if you're just an outside viewer, you think that okay, he has won it so many times that only a win would be good enough. But can you tell people why are you happy or why are you not disappointed rather?
Well, it's a new game. There are a lot of new things like ice, like gliders, a lot of new stuff to learn. I didn't have my camera 3 at the start of my training either. So in the end, getting second is a really, really good thing since I'm not the best learner ever. So yeah, I think I'm really happy with my second position with all those new thingies in the
Hmm.
game.
But if you then talk about, let's talk with the semifinal first. I somewhat expected it to be you and Gwen overtaking the others and simply dominating it, and that was actually the case. Did you view it the same way that maybe if you and Gwen hit your sort of peak level, that you would dominate that semifinal like you did?
On paper, I think we would both make it, but Bad Lily was really good on some maps. Like he was the best on specific maps. So depending on how the map pack would be, he could have been like really, really good. And actually, like on the finalist map, it was an ice map that he had the WR by a lot, so he could get like the 40 points easily, but he had a really bad match. So yeah, well, I won't lie, I was a bit happy about that because he's a really good contender.
Yeah. But then if you head into the semi or in the grand final, then you know that you're gonna play against Bren or Rel. You have played against both of them in a ZrT final before, but now you also have Gwen who beat you in a semi-final. Did you think about who was the biggest favorite heading into that final, or what was you thinking before that grand final?
I was thinking about the map pack actually. I knew it would all be some ice maps, so I was afraid of that. But in the end, I think Gwen deserved it. He played the best the whole tournament, and yeah, he just deserved it. And yeah, then again, I'm happy about that second place with that map pack as well.
But do you think that if there was like another map pack that you would be the favorite, or if there was another map pack maybe you would be last? Can you tell people what maps was you hoping for, if so?
Well, the thing is, Gwen beat me on in the semifinal, and it was completely different maps. So then again, I don't have any excuse there. So it's not about the map pack either. Because I think in the final we were all the same type of players. Maybe Aurel is more good at those tricky ice maps
Yeah.
than us, but for example, me, Gwen, and Bren are all like, I think our best maps are all similar to each other's.
Hmm. But then talk about Gwen. He's 15 years old. He's young, soon turning 16. You were 16 years old when you won ESWC back in the days. Can you tell people how is it to win an event that young? You're suddenly becoming into sort of a stardom. People are now gonna expect him to win. What is in store for Gwen now? He actually won his first major event, and that being Sellatee with 140,000 viewers, basically.
Well, he has a lot of potential, and I knew it like at this first cup when he won that. So I knew he had a lot of potential. Now he just proved to everyone that he can beat the top players. So he'll be a great contender in the TMGL. But the thing is, he's really really young, and he just has to stay the like as humble as possible that he could be. But it's difficult at that age. I was probably worse. So So yeah, I mean, he'll be at the top, and we'll just hope he'll be a really great contender for the rest of us. That's for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of people are bringing up the topic, and that's sort of my job as well. Do you think now maybe Gwen is like the new king of Trackmania? Do you still think that you are the favorite heading into Trackmania Grand League, that you are the defending champion of? How do you view the future of the top scene in the game?
Well, in TMGL, I still think Pack and Cap are the players to beat. So that won't change until it's really hard to tell because of the new game,
Yeah.
obviously. Like we don't know the maps yet. There might be some ice maps that we all suck at. So we'll see about that. But on paper, Cap and Pack are still my best players for me.
Hmm. And then if you preview the next Sellatee Cup, then hopefully that will actually take place in our Core Hotels Arena that was scheduled to take place this year. Do you think that you'll be more motivated next year simply because you didn't win it this year? That maybe you feel that, I don't know, something to prove again or just to win it again? Do you think that maybe once we come to May next year that you will have more motivation than you would have had if you just won it another year?
Yeah, I think so. And I have an objective to take my revenge, to not only defend a title. So yeah, I have like, I wanna have my revenge and I'll do everything I can to make it happen.
Hmm. Yeah, we have spoken about it multiple times. You cannot retire unless you win the last event, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I cannot retire this year. I'll try to win maybe a TTC before retiring, but we'll see.
Maybe a call mini juniors cup or something like that, or just the Riga
Uh,
Solary Cup again, right?
just a tournament in Montreal that I'll be the only one, and I'll retire after that.
But all jokes aside, do you think it's, if you just look at motivational picture for yourself, do you think having a new contender in Gwen or other people are gonna help you stay motivated longer instead of maybe just winning and winning and winning?
I mean, it's from I think it's changed in 2016 when Pac arrived
Hmm.
before Kappa. Since then, it was never easy to
Hmm.
win tournament. I'm not saying it was easy before them, but it's way harder now.
Hmm.
So I don't think it makes a difference. It's just one harder opponent to beat.
Hmm.
That simple as that.
Do you think that I'm bringing up the Gwen question a lot now, or the topic? Are the media overhyping it, or the media? I'm essentially the only media member in Trackmania, but yeah.
Well, I don't think so. He won like the biggest tournament in the new game yet. So he deserves the credit for sure.
Hmm. But then, if you talk about the ZrT Cup in particular, it was record-breaking numbers for ZrT, 140,000 viewers at the peak. What can you say about the success that this cup actually achieved? Did you expect it to reach so high numbers just being online, or what did you expect?
Well, I had no idea to expect. It's a new game. There's always some huge hype for that tournament, but it was online, so I don't know if it would have been taken seriously or not. But it was, and that's good. And I was actually more afraid about if the game will crash or not, if there will be some problems or not. In the end, it was, let's say, okay. Like it was fine.
Yeah, if you
Some
looked at,
problems, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because you were playing in the second semifinal, I guess you somewhat looked at the first semifinal with a spectating
Yeah.
bug. What were you thinking then? Like, oh no, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. At the start, I was like, "Oh my God, Aurel is having some connection issues. It's terrible." But then he finishes first, and I'm like, "Oh no, 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 not right now. Come on, Nadio." But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It's good that Bercy was not this year.
Yeah, I also think so. Yeah.
So let's hope we'll have a solid game. Well, it's already really good, but let's hope like the bugs will be fixed for the official tournaments,
Hmm.
and yeah, yeah. So we'll see about that.
And the final question from me, and now you had sort of the first major event in the new game taking place. Can you tell people what are you going to focus on in the upcoming weeks and months? Is it simply Trackmania Grand League, or what are your eyes looking at the moment?
No, I wanna still keep on streaming, and I think playing TMGL is a bit boring on those endurance maps, and it's painful for the brain and the viewers. Like it's hard maps, and you have to be focused. So I think I'm gonna chill to play the solo, to try to host maybe a cup that I wanna do with Bren and some other stuff as well. But it's more about chilling on stream.
Hmm. What's more chill than a podcast, right? Invite me on the
Yeah,
CarlJr
exactly.
podcast soon.
Exactly. But yeah, practice your French.
I will. If you invite me, I will. It will be like a 2 minute podcast, but yeah, we'll make it.
Je m'appelle Eirik.
Je m'appelle
Merci.
Eirik. Ah oui, oui, c'est parti.
All right, man. You might be hired soon.
Okay, soon. But thanks so much for stepping up, and I guess I can somewhat promise you a break from the upcoming Trackmania lives. But if you host a cup with Brent, then I mean you're forcing yourself to come on again, right?
I will come then again.
Yeah, okay. But thank you so much for stepping up, and congrats once again on a strong achievement in the ZrT Trackmania Cup.
Thank you.